Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the wastewater collection system, in which I am going to discuss about the construction of sewers, how to construct the sewer. Then let us start with it. The construction of sewer is started after completing the design work and preparation of all necessary plans. Before starting the construction, the specification should be finalized and all the changes are essential features should be noted. Actual construction consists of the works like first one, to making the center line of the sewers and locating the positions of sewer appearances, excavation of trenches including removal of road pavement and disposal of excavated materials, sheeting, branching and dewatering of trenches, laying of pipe sewers and their joining, testing of sewer lines, backfilling of trenches, check for obstruction and removal of sheeting. These are the works including construction of sewers. As all the constructions work are to be carried out in the city area, though the street safety precautions must be taken for the public so that no accident may occur. Speed limit boards, then safety boards must be displayed at the proper places to avoid all the accidents. The buildings and other structure whose foundations are undetermined during the excavation work for laying the sewers must be properly supported by the shores and other necessary arrangement must be made. Temporary railing should be provided all round the trenches so that the vehicles or the public may not fall in them. Work should be completed as early as possible because it will cause the inconvenience for the public or it is inconvenience to traffic. Next one is the marking center lines of the sewer and position of sewer appearances. The central line of the sewer are marked on the street and road from the plans starting from the lowest point of the outfall of main proceeding upwards. The setting out of work is done by means of chain and odolite or compass. For checking the center line during the construction, generally wooden pages or the steel spikes are driven at the 10 meters intervals on the line parallel to the center line at such distance where while the laying sewers they will not disturb them. For checking the level of the sewers, the pipes and their alignment, temporary benches or temporary benchmarks are established at 200 to 400 meters interval. The reduced level of these benchmarks should be calculated with respect to the GTS benchmarks. On the central line of the sewers, the positions of the sewer appearances are also marked as per the plan which have been finalized. These are in general all these outlines are to be drawn. The next one is the excavation of the trenches. In the most of the town, the need of sewage occurs after the development of the town, but when there is construction of roads, streets are constructed, Then laying of the sewers line is usually done along the side of the streets or at the middle of that of streets. Therefore, after marking the layout of the sewers line on the ground, the first step is to be removal of the pavement. After removal of the pavement, it is started from the lower end to the sewer and proceed upward. At the pavement also help the supporting the trenches. It should be cut along the edges of the trenches, pickaxes, and used for the removing softer pavement, while spade or pneumatic drill can be used in case of removing concrete pavement. After removing that pavement, the excavation of trench is started. The excavation of trenches is done manually in India, whereas in some countries it is done by means of machinery. The width of trench depends on the diameter of the sewer and the depth of sewer line below the ground level. For the large size sewer, the trench width should be 15 cm more than the external diameter of the sewer. For easiness in lowering and adjustment of the sewer pipe, the minimum trench width should be at 60 to 100 cm, and it is necessary for conveniently laying and joining of even very small size of the sewers. Sometimes in case of the small diameter sewer, the trench's width is to be kept 15 cm larger than that of the sewer die, but at the both the end bigger trench is excavated for the joining the pipe as shown like in diagram. It can be seen that the small trenches, then the large trench at the joint of the sewers, and there is also a small trenches for the pipes, or it shows the joint of the sewer pipes. If the trenches has been excavated within a 1/2 of the diameter of the sewer pipe from the bottom, and in case the soil material is firm, the remaining trench should be excavated in a semicircular shape to conform to shape of the lower half of the outer side of the pipe, which can we show that in a diagram. It is important for the preparation of the trenches for the proper bending of the pipes. For accommodating the socket end of the pipes or collar end for the facility of the excavation is done more near the joints. The excavation is the hard rock is done by means of the pickaxes, uh, crowbars, and by drilling hole side by side and splinting the rock by driving plug and feeders. These are the various types of the pipe blending and the relative bearing wall development. In first diagram we can see there is the bending in the firm soil. In second one there is the bending in impermeable soil. Then there is a third diagram, then there is the bending in the ordinary soil. In next diagram there is the bending in concrete. Then in fifth diagram there is the bending in a firm soil, and last one is the diagram of bending in the yielding soil. We can see there is the bending and the diameter in a diameter outer area, then the how that bending are placed in a concrete, that all the diagram there is shown somewhere are the concrete, some are there is the loose soil, then Somewhere there is the uh, uh, tempt earth, means bendings are just deep in a earth, which are shown in all these diagrams of the bendings. Now the next concept is the branching and the dewatering of the trenches. In case of the hard soil and rock, the side of the excavated trenches will not collapse and will remain in cut position. But in case of made up the soil and soft soils, the trenches sides require shoring and structing to prevent their collapse till the sewers are laid and tested. Now the following are the some functions of the timbering or soarings. Then first function is to prevent the collapse of the side of trenches. Second is to reduce the width of the trench at the top to the minimize the possibility. To prevent the seepage of the groundwater into the trenches. These are the functions of timbers and shorings. Next one is the thumb rules that will help deciding the size and spacing of the timber sheeting and branching for supporting trench walls. The first one is when the trenches is 1.2 to 2 meter deep, timber peeling means the pulling boards about the 5 centimeter thick are provided. If the depth is more than the thickness of the pulling, then the boards may keep the 7.5 centimeter. For the trenches more than 2.5 meter in width and more than that of 1.5 meter in deep, in hard soil, it may be bracket with walling of 5 into 15 centimeter of size. If both trench walls should be supported properly by means of walling and struts, when the width of the trench varies from 32 to 40 centimeter, the strut size may vary from 10 into 10 75 centimeter to 15 into 15 centimeter. The struts should be provided at about 1.25 meter vertical spacing on the walling. When sewer lines are to be laid below the groundwater table, so that the groundwater enters in the trenches during the excavation and causes much difficulties in work. Therefore, dewatering of the trenches is compulsory under such circumstances. There are various methods for the removal of this dewatering, in which the first one is the gravity method. In this method, excavation is started from the lowest level and is done upward so that whatever water enters in a trenches, it automatically flow downwards outlet and due to the gravity or the gravitational force. Second one is the pumping method. In this method, during the excavation, the amount of water entered in a trench in a pump outside the trenches. In some cases, the level of the water table is depressed by driving walls along the trenches and pumping the groundwater. Next concept is the laying of sewers and their joint. The trenches are excavated with the proper grade so that the sewer or that sewage may flow in sewers due to the gravitational flow only. Means only the gravitational force is to be applied for this condition. Second is the culvert conditions. When the pipe laid under the embankment and it projects whole or partially above the original space of the subgrade. Second one is the trench conditions. When the pipe is laid in the trench excavated for the purpose. Third one is the negative projecting conditions. When the pipe is laid in the relatively narrow and shallow trench in such a manner that the top of the pipes is at an elevation below the natural ground surface. Next is the open condition. In these conditions, the pipe is laid such that it projected wholly or partially above the ground surface. When the sewer has to be laid in the soft underground strata or in a reclaimed land, the trenches shall be excavated deeper than that of it is ordinarily required. The trench bottom shall be stabilized by the addition of the coarse gravel or rock. In case of very bad soil, the trench bottom shall be filled in with cement concrete of appropriate grade. In areas subject to subsidence, pipe sewer shall be laid on a timber platform or on a concrete platform or the concrete cradle support to that of the pipes. These are the diagrams which shown the pipe bedding. There are the beds. First one is the earth crusher, then accurating shape to feed the pipes, then accurating shape to the pipes, then some are the pipes that are fit in a concrete grades or the concrete beds. These are the pipe beddings. The next concept is the center line of the sewers that and their grades are transferred from the ground of site, rail and boning rods. 4 stout stars are driven into the ground or fixed over the pillars, in which the horizontal boards called the site rail are fixed on the stakes spanning the trenches. The central line of the sewer is marked on the site rail and the small nails are fixed on the site rails at the position of the central line. Top of the nails or the site rails is fixed at the some fixed distance from the inward level of the sewer at the spot. The lines joining the top of the nails fixed on the site rails also conform to the grade of the sewer. The site rails are usually fixed at 7.5 meter centers to the center spacing and also at all junctions, and change of the gradient of the alignment. Now a strong cord or a wire is stretched between the nails fixed on the side rails. This line is parallel to the grade of the sewer and also lies in the vertical plane passing through the center line of the sewer. Now with the help of the boning rods using the pump bomb, the lines and the grade to be sewer line is given. We can see it in a diagram that there is the diagram of the length of the sewer pipes. There is the sewer pipes. There are some pillars which are to be supported on it. The smaller size pipes can be laid by the pipe layers directly by hand only, but the heavier and the larger size pipes are lowered in trenches by passing the ropes around them and supporting through the hooks. We can see it in a diagram. It is common practice to lay the pipes with their sockets edges upgrade for the easiness in joining. But after the lowering the pipes, these are brought near the uh, spigot end of one pipe is placed in the socketed end and the other. After properly placing and arranging the pipes, they are suitably joined. The joints are carefully cured for the sufficient time. The large size sewer are constructed at site itself by RCC or by brick masonry. The common material used for the construction is RCC. The most common sewer sections are circular, egg-shaped, house shoe, then catenary and the basket handled, etc. When the large size sewers are to be constructed at the greater depth more than the 9.0 meter, it is more economical to do their constructions by tunneling than open excavation. The various methods of tunneling have been dealt in roads, railways, bridge and tunnel engineerings. The we can show it in a diagram. Then the next concept is the maintenance of the sewers. For the maintenance of the sewers, it consists mainly of the removal of prevention of the stoppages, then cleaning of sewers and other sewer appearances, and repair the works. The maintenance of the sewer become costly only when they are laid on the flat gradient and tree roots find easy entrance in a sewer to the defective joints. The maximum expenditure in the maintenance comes out in a cleaning of the sewers, which have been clotted due to the deposition of the silt, greases and oily materials. Second, for the good maintenance of the sewer, it is to be up-to-date plan of sewer system showing the location of the manhole and other appearances, direction of flow, house sewers, grades of sewer line, etc. These are necessary before the actual cleaning and repair work. The inspection is done. In some cities, inspections are made and maintenance is done only when the difficulties arises. But whenever or the whereas in other cities, the periodical inspection is to be done. Next is the period of inspection, which is in generally the follow in India. Then first is the sewer of the flat grades is 3 months. Inspection of sewer troubled by roots is the 3 months. Then inspection sewer having no troubles is inspection period is 6 to 12 months. Then intercepting sewers is 7 to 30 days. Then flushing tank is 1 month. Inverted siphons is 7 to 30 days. Then stormwater overflows during the rains, means it inspected only in rains. During inspection, the clotting of sewers, then breakage of pipes is to be noted, and then the cleaning and repair work are done later on. In few cities, the trained gangs are given the duties of inspections and maintenance. These gangs follow on the inspection routines and cleaning and the repair accordingly that of the prearranged schedule. During inspection, an explosion proof lamp is lowered in the manhole and is seen from the manhole on either side to see it is sewer line is to be clean or not. Then next is the causes of damage to sewer. The bad workmanship and use of low specification material. Second is the faulty design. Third is the excessive superimposed load. Then next is the settlement due to the loose foundation or a made up ground. Too small cover at the top of the sewer which is insufficient to protect it from the impact of other loads which is sewer has to be bear. Then undetermined of the sewer due to any reasons. Then explosion inside the sewer due to the improper ventilation of the explosive gases inside the sewer. Deterioration of the sewer due to the corrosive gases. Then abrasion of the sewer due to the friction movement of the solid present in the sewer. Old age of the sewer. These are the reasons which are responsible for the damage of sewer. Then problem in sewer maintenance. Then the which problems are arise to maintain the sewers. Then first problem is the clotting of sewer. The deposition of grit and other material which causes the stagnation resulting in the putrefaction of the organic matter giving rise the odor and poisonous gases. Deposition of the greases from hot liquid waste from the kitchen finding entry into the sewer. Then the getting cooled and deposited on the sides which is come of the time of the clog of the sewer. Second reason is the penetration of the root from nearby trees through the joint or cracks in the sewer which choke up the sewers. The deposition of tarry material assign or assisting in the binding the detritus and leading to the growth. The growth of fungi forming the network of the tendrils which start floating and obstructing the free flow of the sewage. Then the precautions means which precautions is to be taken for to avoid that problem. Then first one is the traffic warning signs should be placed on road. No smoking or open flames should be allowed and the spark should be guarded. Only safety explosion proof electric lighting equipment or the mirror for reflecting on side should be used. The atmosphere should be tested for the presence of gases and oxygen deficiency. When the atmosphere is normal, the worker may enter in the manhole or sewer with safety harness attached with the two men available at the top. In case of oxygen deficiency or noxious gases is detected, forced ventilation should be resorted to using portable blowers. These are the precautions, problems, then maintenance done for the sewer. Hope so you understand all the concept how to construct sewer, how to maintain the sewer, how to problems or which problems are arise during the work. Thank you.